Hello and welcome to Online Appliance Tech. Today we're going to work on the GE front load washer. So if you get an error code 38 or 39 or 40 or 84, this error code indicates the vent damper is not working properly. In this complete video we're going to show you how to put it in service mode. This way we can check the damper to see if it's a fault. Also a continuity check to make sure you have no cut wires. And a power check if you're not getting the correct voltage to the damper itself. Also, of course, how to replace the damper vent if needed. However, in this video, we will start with the machine gutted like this. This way we can get straight to the point. Don't worry, at the end of the video, we will leave a link to this video. This will show you how to disassemble this machine. So let's get started. Okay, here we go. So I put the display back on so we can test this machine with the front off. So I just basically put this one screw in. You'll see this in the disassemble video at the end. And I just taped this door switch down. So yeah, just basically took it from there. So yeah, watch this video towards the end. This way I can show you exactly how to test every little problem you could run into. So to put this in diagnostic mode, you hold the start button, you turn it 7 times towards the right, and you let go. And then okay, once again, you'll hold the start button. Then you'll turn it 7 clicks towards the right. Then you'll let go of the start button. Now let's get back to it. Display will light up, and on this test for the damper, we're going to go to test 24. And to activate this test, we'll just hit the start button once. This should open up the damper. So we'll press the start, and as you can see, the light is blinking. So this means the damper should be open. So if you stick your hand through the front door, like just remove the front of the gasket, you should feel this open up. Then as you hit the start again, it'll state extra light here in a moment. This means it's closed. So this way you can test this without actually taking the whole machine apart. So let's do it again. Hit the start, and the light icon will blink. This means it's open. And then we hit the start again. Once it's closed, it will indicate extra light. So to say if the light is on, the LED light as it says light, that means the damper should be open. So if you put your hand up there and it's not open, once you put this into diagnostic mode and you hear some type of little hum or so forth, more than likely this is going to be your damper motor, which is very common. So if you have a multimeter and understand how to use this guy, you can put it on the ohm setting. Pretty simple actually, you've never used one. Put it on the ohm setting, and here at connector J501 we'll check pin 1 and 2 and 2 and 3. They both should read 4.2 k ohms, which is 4,200 ohms. If it reads something very like say 10,000 or something crazy off, that means you do have a bad damper also. Okay, so make sure it's definitely unplugged. We're going to move harness J501 and we're going to check pin 2 and 3. It should read close, well, around 4.2, and vice versa. 1 and 2, pin 1 and 2 should be 4.2. If this passes the test, it tells us that the wiring harness is actually okay, and another thing it tells us is the damper winding is okay. So at this point we would check the main control board after this for power output if you're comfortable using the multimeter. However, it's usually the damper either or. So let's say you do have an open line. That could be the winding in the damper or a cut wire. More likely it's going to be the damper. Or if you have a crazy resistance, say 10,000 ohms, that's going to be your damper, and you can just go ahead and order that and replace that. Also, if you need these parts, I will leave a link in the description below if you'd like to support the channel. So let's do a voltage check. So same thing, we're going to connect this to pin, your black will go in the middle, that's your neutral, and then 3 will be your power output also. So we'll have to put this in diagnostic mode, and I can pop this here on ohms to make sure I have it pressed in well enough. So let's put this machine back in diagnostic mode, and once we activate this test, we should have 120 volts. That tells us we do have power output. If we don't have power output, that tells us we do have a bad main control board, if that makes sense. So let's plug it back in. Okay, once again, you'll hold the start button and you'll turn the knob 7 times towards its right, and then you'll just let go of the start button and the display should light up. Then you'll just rotate the knob to test 24. This is the damper test. Also, if you need a diagnostic video, I'll try to leave that at the end of this video also with a disassemble video. So hit the start button. As you can see here, we got our 120-ish volts. So that tells us we are getting power. As you can see, it's open the damper, and then we'll press the start again, and vice versa. It's sending power to the damper. So say if you don't get no power output from this main control board, that's going to be your problem. You would have to replace the board at that point. So now I'm going to check the power output from pin 2 and 3. And I should get the same type of reaction, the 120 volts, once I press the start button to open and close the damper. So we'll press the start, and there we go. We have our 120 volts, and as you can see, the damper is opening. And to exit diagnostic mode, just hit the power button. And that's pretty much it. So let's say you did have to replace the damper. This is why the video at the end of this video, the disassemble video, will help you get to this point. So let me go ahead and remove this display for now so I can show you how to remove and replace this damper. Damper vent is the correct word, I guess you would say. So you're going to use a Phillips, and we're going to remove this Phillips screw from this harness holder, and just put that somewhere safe. And then this, you can use your nails or whatever to pry it in and pull it out. So these wires are hardwired into the damper motor itself. If you need appliance parts for a repair, Online Appliance Parts Hub offers OEM compatible components for major brands with fast US shipping. Check the description below for the link. So you have two different harnesses, and you're supposed to have a screw here on the left, which is not there, so you will have to remove a Phillips screw there. Kind of surprised it's not there. I don't think no one's worked on this machine before, but you just pop that right off. Real simple. Then you can just slide it off and put it somewhere safe. I kind of like to keep things together, so I'm just going to lay it right there so I know exactly how it goes back on. And then you can pull the damper out of the gasket. And then this light switch here, if you have to remove the light switch, you don't yank on the wire like this, because it doesn't, you have to pull the whole light out. But you actually don't need to mess with that. We just have to clip this zip tie and then remove the blue one on the right. But I'll go ahead and remove the both of them. So let me get my little snips. Cut this zip tie, and when you put this back together, it's good to have a zip tie to put back in its place. So to remove this, it's good to have a small little flathead like this, that way you can get in there and pry it out. It has two clips each per harness, so I'll remove this one. This one actually goes towards the light, just to kind of give you an idea how this works. And the blue one goes to the damper. So you have to press that in, and it may give you a little bit of trouble, but once you get in there, it should just pop right out. There we go. So this is for the light. You can just press that little clip in, it'll pop right out. And then blue one's for the damper motor, obviously. So let's go ahead and pop this one out. Press in and pry out. There we go. So once you get that out, you'll just press in the middle clip and just disconnect it. So just say if you did have a new damper and you need to replace it. So right now I'll take the same one and just install it so you can see exactly how I would reinstall the new one. So the blue one will go on the right and then the white will go on the left, but you don't need to worry about pressing that in now. Just go ahead and connect the both of them. Let me see. There we go. And then you'll just slide this into place and just press down. They'll click right back in. So this is why I stated you needed a zip tie, because you don't want these wires just loose. So I'm gonna grab my zip tie, tighten this up and go ahead and snip it. So now we'll just install the damper. You'll just press it into this door gasket. You can put your fingers up underneath it to help press it all the way or against the damper itself. And a lot of times these damper vents, they just go bad because they're just constantly opening and closing and they're dealing with moisture also. So I guess it makes sense, but you would wish they would last a little longer. So now I'm going to grab the clamp and I'm going to slide it right over. I'm going to keep that damper pressed down. And then once I slide that over, I'll have me a pair of needle nose ready. That way I can clamp this. I tried to press it in with my fingers actually, but I had trouble. So once you line it up, you can grab a pair of needle nose or something like that to press it together. See right here, I'm trying to press it in. And it's just very tough. So I can hold that together, grab my needle nose, come in behind it, and just snip it together. And I don't know why this one didn't have a screw. Usually they do. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Turn it over to make sure everything's nice and sealed. And then you can clip it into this upper housing. It has two little clips. And obviously at the video that you'll see at the end of this video, the disassemble, you have 3 screws that you have to remove. But let's go ahead and put this. Yeah, you have a couple screws there. Actually 3, I don't know exactly how that goes, but one goes to the door, that's right. You'll just slide this back in and install the Phillips screw. Only goes one way, you can't mess that up. Well, I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, just leave in comments below. I'll try to get to them. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And here's the video that I was talking about how to disassemble this machine. And if you'd like to subscribe, just hit this link right here. Thank you for watching. Have a good one.